Hey, what's going on? Tony from LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. Thanks for watching the video. In this video, I'm going to talk about doing a body inspection on a vehicle, all right? To see if it was painted before, to see if it was in an accident, what to check for. This goes for, you know, if you bought a project car that you're looking to customize or restore for yourself, if you're doing a DIY project, or if you're buying and selling a car for profit and you're inspecting a car that you're thinking of buying. These are the things you want to look for. All right, I got myself a 97 Miata here, 97 Mazda Miata M Edition, and I'm going to go around the car with you and show you how this thing is original paint, how it's never been in an accident, all stuff like that. But anyway, I just want to show you this. I picked up this painting off eBay. It's a 5x7. It's like a life-size, almost life-size painting of Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. Pretty cool. I just put it up. I need to make a canvas frame for it, but I just haven't had the time, so I just pinned it up on the wall quick instead of letting it lay on the floor here in the shop, you know? Anyway, pretty cool. All right, so the first thing you want to do when looking at a car, okay? First thing, to see if it was in an accident, right? You want to check all of your body lines, right? Go like around here. Okay, what I would do is feel for the body lines, all right? Everything feels flush. There's no big differences in gapping. The gapping seems pretty cool here. You got a nice little 1/4-inch gap there. You got nice gapping along the front, right? Same gapping over here. All of this, all right? Everything looks really well. And if we look down underneath, we don't see any overspray or tape marks that it was taped and painted. If it was painted, you'd see, you know, if they masked it up, you would see like a little green on the molding here, kinda, you know what I mean? Look around all over the place. Look around the lights. Doesn't look like it was painted. Nope, doesn't look like it. All the bumpers match up. The seams look really good on it. All right, so this is how I'm telling so far. The front's never been in an accident. All right, we checked the doors. Another important thing is you check the rocker panels, right? Down under here. Okay, and another way to tell if a car has been beat up, sometimes people jack up cars by this little lip here, right? Underneath the rocker panel. You see this lip? Right? Sometimes people will put the jack right over here and jack it up, and you will see like indent marks over here, like beat up, you know, along the side of the car. That's when you know it's been kind of molested, not taken care of. We don't see that here on this car. Everything looks really good. It doesn't look like it was painted so far. I'm looking underneath at the fenders. The gappings look good. Another way to tell if it's been painted is you look under here. The plastics under the car, sometimes they just mask them off quick like this, right? And then you'll see some paint marks along the inside. I don't see any of that. So far right now it's telling me it's original paint. All right, we're gonna look around the door handle. I don't see any taping marks on it. Nope, looks good to me. We'll open it up. Let me take the key out. We'll check the door jambs. All right, door jambs look great. Doesn't look like it was painted. So by now, you know, I know that it's original paint, never been painted. Okay, now we're basically checking for accidents. We could check door alignment, which I know this is off a little bit, all right, because it has to, if you watch here, right, it has to go, it goes up a little. When I open up the handle, you're gonna see it sag just a bit. All right, it sags maybe like 1/8 of an inch. All right, and if we look at the door latches here, you could see that, where am I? If we look at the door latches, you can see that we're hitting a little bit up in here. Okay, so the doors have to be adjusted. You could see a little bit of rubbing on the top here. Right, so that means we have to align the door up a little, right? We look in here. I gotta remember that my camera is on this side of it. Okay, all right. So a little sag, so that's not a big deal. Very little, 1/8 of an inch. So if you're picky, we'll go ahead and align this up. And I'll show you how to do that in my next video. So before, if you're a DIY guy getting into auto body and paint, customizing your own cars, be sure to check out LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. I'm giving away a free 85-page auto body and paint manual, and plus there's tons of free great training on that site as well. So as we check the trunk out, we check the gapping marks, right? Check the gapping, it looks even. The next thing you want to do is pop the trunk, pop the hood, and make sure they latch evenly as well. So let's actually do that quick. Pop. Pop. All right. Everything looks good. No overspray marks inside. It hasn't been painted, original color underneath the trunk lid and all. Everything looks good. Another way to check for frame damage, I could tell off the bat right now that it hasn't been in an accident. Okay, just by looking at the alignments of the car. They did, it's solid, okay? And I'll also show you underneath. Another way to check is if you are suspicious and you think, it's been in an accident, what you want to do is pull back the carpet here in the bottom, and you can check your frame support out, right, like this. It looks solid. And sometimes you'll see a little bit of cracking along these glue lines here, a little bit of wrinkling in here if it was in an accident. Sometimes you'll also see the floor pan wrinkled, but I'm not going to go crazy and take this out because we know. But if you take the carpet out of a trunk where the spare tire is usually, you'll see the floor pan. And if it's been in a rear end collision, you would see a little bit of wrinkling in there, stuff like that. You may have weather strip issues, water getting into your trunk because of it was hit. They didn't align the light correctly with the body, and you have a little hole up inside where the light meets to the body, and then you get water coming in over here, right? That's another common way to, if you smell mildew in a trunk, right? That's when you know maybe the back, if you're suspicious that it was in a rear end collision. Okay, another way to check is just go under the car quick, and then you could see the whole rear bumper support. I don't know if you could see it in this movie here, but everything looks clean. You can see the frame. I don't have a light, but this is the frame right here, right? No wrinkles in it, both sides. Everything looks good, and it's really clean underneath. So I automatically know that this has not been in a rear collision accident. All right, we look at our bumpers. Everything aligns up nicely. Our doors, our rocker panels on this side look really well all the way across. This door is actually perfect. You could also tell by the sound, right? It's a solid, and it doesn't need assistance, right? It closes, right? Look at the other side again. Let me show you how, with the same force, right, it bounces. A little more. It's a different sounding, right? It has to be aligned. So that, I'll also show you how to align doors. Not a big deal. But that's basically it. Those are the main things you want to check for. Alignments. Okay, the alignments are perfect on this car. We'll check the hood out quick. Sometimes if a hood, sometimes you could tell if it's been adjusted by looking at the bolts on the hinges. We'll look at the inner fenders here, if it's been painted or not. Nope, never been painted. Okay, so we know this is an original color Mazda Miata. We'll look at our latches here, look at our radiator support. Doesn't show any signs of any collision. You could check out the frame from underneath the light there. No wrinkles. No wrinkles, everything looks really well. So that's how you would basically check, and you could also get up under the front if you wanted to see if there's an accident. But a lot of times when a car is in a collision, right, you're gonna have, I would say 80% of the bodywork guys out there who do this do a crap job. Only the top 2 or 3% of body shop guys can really fix a car to where you can't tell. you know, where you can't even tell it was in an accident. And that's the type of work that I like to do. You know, like I used to get salvage title cars from auctions all the time. I don't buy as many salvage damaged cars as I used to, but I would do frame repairs on them, repair them up, and get the seamings. You have to be anal about that kind of stuff. Once you get your seamings and your alignment exactly, you know, when people look at it, you're not going to have any idea that it was an accident, you know. But if you look hard enough, you might see some overspray or tell that there's new undercoating in some areas trying to cover some weld work up and stuff. But overall, this car is 100% original paint, never in an accident. All we got to do is probably align this door quick, and that's easy. I can show you how to do that in like a minute in the next video. So be sure to check out LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com for more info. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you got an overall idea of how to inspect the body of a car to make sure it wasn't in an accident, right? You want to make sure your lights are aligned. You know, make sure all of these things are aligned around here, because you will see the next time I get a car that's been in an accident, I'll show you the difference. You know, you will see panels misaligned and stuff. And yeah, this does have a couple of dents here and there, but we are going to do a complete paint job on this car. Original paint. Take all the dents out. We got a couple of ripples in the door, as you can see here. Right, a couple of ripples. Not bad at all. And I'm going to show you how to take those out with a hammer. Maybe do a little bit of spot welding, you know, pulling out those little dents, and doing all the body work on this thing and doing a complete paint job. Anyway, it's Tony from LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com. I hope you liked the video. You know, there's no overspray. Sometimes you'll have overspray. Sometimes you'll have overspray on these pieces if people, you know, if guys did a bad paint job on it, you know, all around these moldings and stuff. But this hasn't been painted. All right, and when you do a paint job, you want to make sure you do a good job in masking. This way it doesn't look like you painted it, right? Or take the moldings off, right? Take the mirrors off. So when you're painting like this, you're not gonna kind of mess up and sag the paint around the bottom of your mirrors. It's a common place for people to run, is right under the mirrors. So it's a good, you know, good idea to take them off. Sometimes I leave them, sometimes I take them off. This one I'm gonna take off and do a complete paint job. All right, so it's Tony. Don't forget to go to LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com to grab your 85-page auto body and paint manual. Giving it away free. Just put an email in, tell me where to send it, and you can get an instant download to it. I think you're really going to like it. Tons of information on DIY auto body. If you want to get into it, have no idea where to start, I'll show you how to start step by step. There's a bunch of other blogs on there, a lot of videos on auto body, so check that site out. I think you're really going to like it. Please like the video, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Have a good day. Bye.